Damos la bienvenida en Ondas FM al líder de la oposición, Pierre Poilievre. Muchísimas gracias por aceptar esta entrevista.
Thank you very much for having me.
Señor Poilievre, empecemos por el tema más actual. Ahora mismo hay un llamado para que el primer ministro Justin Trudeau renuncie y que se realicen elecciones en Canadá. Un llamado no solamente de los conservadores, sino también de parte del NDP y del Bloc. Usted ha intentado esto 3 veces este otoño, pero ahora las cosas han cambiado. ¿Qué usted espera que ocurra?
Well, we need an axe the tax election. That's the only way to end the chaos, confusion, cost, crime that Justin Trudeau and the NDP Liberals have brought. Everything is broken. Our borders are out of control. Immigration is out of control. Spending, debt, inflation out of control. And now Justin Trudeau's own government is out of control. The NDP has been voting to keep Trudeau in power literally hundreds of times, and they are just as much to blame as he is. So what we need to do is trigger a axe the tax election so that Canadians can elect a strong, solid leader who has the brains and backbone to put Canada first.
Bueno, el Bloc propuso que se realicen elecciones en enero, pero ¿qué pasa si Justin Trudeau no renuncia? ¿Cuándo se podría introducir otra moción de no confianza?
I find it hilarious that the Bloc claims they won an election in January. They just voted against having an election a few days ago in the House of Commons, just like the NDP, where they claim that they're so shocked and surprised at how out of control the Trudeau government has become. Well, they knew that, and yet they voted to keep Trudeau and the Liberals in power. There is only one party that can change the government and change the prime minister. It's the common sense Conservatives. And that's why we need an election as quickly as possible so Canadians can take back control of their lives and their country.
Pero ¿cuándo sería lo más pronto, lo más rápido que se podría someter otra moción?
Unfortunately, not until at least late January, because the House of Commons is now closed.
Señor Poilievre, si usted se convierte en el próximo primer ministro, ¿cómo manejaría el tema de las negociaciones con Donald Trump ante las amenazas de ese 25% de aranceles a las importaciones canadienses?
With strength. We need a strong leader who can stand up for Canada, and that's what I will be. I will first and foremost secure our borders that Justin Trudeau has broken. I will fix our immigration system to stop risks of terrorists coming through our country to the U.S. I will lock up the drug kingpins that are cooking and flooding our streets with fentanyl. And then I will bring home our strong economy by cutting taxes and red tape, making this the fastest place on earth to build projects, build homes, build businesses, so that we can bring home the hundreds of billions of dollars that Justin Trudeau has forced out of our country. Let's bring it home.
Y como canadiense y posiblemente próximo primer ministro, ¿cuál es su opinión de estos comentarios recientes de Donald Trump sugiriendo que Canadá se convierta en el Estado 51 de los Estados Unidos?
I think it's terrible that Justin Trudeau and the NDP Liberals have made Canada into a joke. That everyone can make fun of. Everyone is around the world they're rolling around on the ground laughing at the chaotic clown show of this NDP Liberal government. And we have a weak prime minister who's weakened our borders, weakened our immigration system, weakened our economy, weakened our dollar to the lowest level in 2 decades. And why wouldn't the world laugh at him? What we need is a strong, serious prime minister who has the brains and backbone to put our country first.
Por supuesto, tengo que preguntarle sobre la inmigración. Usted ha sido un gran crítico de la política de inmigración de los liberales y me gustaría saber cómo sería la inmigración en un gobierno suyo.
Well, a lot like it looked before Trudeau became prime minister. We had the best immigration system in the world for 160 years. It's the system that brought my wife here as a refugee from Venezuela. She was able to start her life. Her family quickly got jobs. They paid their taxes and contributed to the country. and built a beautiful future for themselves. That was the Canadian promise. Anyone from anywhere could do anything. But we brought people in numbers that we could house, employ, and care for. And we kept terrorists and criminals out. We stopped fraud back then. We had strong borders, so people came in the front door, not sneaking in a side window. And so that's what we're going to have again. Strong borders, so people come here legally, strong controlled numbers so that we can make sure that we don't bring in more people than we have homes. We will have an end to the fraud and the chaos, and people will come here and start families and integrate and leave their problems behind. That's the other thing. Come to Canada, bring your culture, bring your language, bring your stories, but do not bring problems from other countries to this country. We're all Canadian, one Canada. Let's bring it home.
El gobierno recientemente anunció un 20% de reducción a su objetivo de inmigración para los próximos años. ¿Usted consideraría reducirlo incluso más?
Well, first of all, don't believe anything Justin Trudeau and the NDP Liberals tell you about numbers, because they already said they were going to reduce the number of temporary immigrants here from 7.2% of our population to 5%. What happened? It went up. They have no idea how many people are here illegally. Their department suggests it's something between 20,000 and 500,000. There are 30,000 people who've been ordered deported, but there's no record of them leaving. So we don't know if they're here or not. It is total chaos. And the Liberals have no idea how they're going to take it back under control. We need common sense conservatives to restore order and control to our immigration system and our borders, and that's what I will deliver.
Pero como consecuencia de ese 20% de reducción a la inmigración que piensa aplicar el gobierno liberal, potencialmente millones de personas que ya se encuentran en territorio canadiense se van a tener que ir. ¿Qué usted le dice a esas personas?
Well, I'm sorry that Justin Trudeau and the NDP Liberals defrauded them, because what happened was that the government told them to come here. It said, come in as an international student, and then you can apply for permanent residency and get a job and stay. And then they changed their mind. The government changed their mind after having done that. So there are a lot of people who were under the impression that they were just following the process that Trudeau and the NDP Liberals brought in. So I don't blame the people. I blame the politicians. They're the ones who created this complete disaster and ruined people's lives. Like there are people who came here from the rural part of Punjab whose families mortgaged their farm to send them here in the hopes that they'd be able to stay because that's what the government told them. And then now the opposite is being told to them. So it's all part of Trudeau losing control, and there's very serious consequences in the lives of real people. That's why we need to fire Justin Trudeau and the NDP Liberals, replace this horrific government with common sense conservatives who will take back control and bring life back to normal.
¿Usted implementaría deportaciones masivas, así como ha prometido Trump en los Estados Unidos?
Well, we have a deportation system already in Canada, so that's nothing new. If someone is here illegally, if they break laws while they are here on a visa, then obviously they have to be deported. And if somebody has been ordered to leave and they don't leave, well, they have to be deported. That's just the way our system has always worked. So that's common sense. People who are permanent residents and citizens obviously don't have to worry about that because they are part of the Canadian family. But those who are here temporarily, who break laws or refuse to honor a deportation order, they would obviously have to be sent back.
Por último, ¿tiene un mensaje para la comunidad latina aquí en Canadá?
Yes, look, I know that life is horrible in Canada after 9 years of the NDP Liberals. Housing costs have doubled, food bank use has doubled, the national debt has doubled, gun crime has doubled. But the good news is life was not like this before the NDP Liberals, and it won't be like this after they're gone. We're going to bring home Canada's promise. This is a very simple promise. It's the promise that the country made my family, that the country made me when I was born as a son to a 16-year-old single mother. She put me up for adoption to two school teachers. And they taught me that in Canada, if you work hard, you get a good paycheck and pension that buys affordable food and homes in a safe neighborhood. That's the promise made to my wife when she came here as a Venezuelan refugee, a promise that they kept. And we're going to bring back that promise. So we're going to axe the tax, axe the carbon tax, axe the GST on new homes to save you money when you buy a house. We're going to cut income taxes. We're going to incentivize cities to speed up permits, free up land, and cut development charges to build more homes. We're going to make sure those homes are in safe neighborhoods by stopping the crime with strong prison sentences for violent offenders, stronger borders to stop the drugs and guns from coming in and the stolen cars from going out. We're going to bring home the country that we knew and still love, Canada. Let's bring it home.
Señor Poilievre, muchísimas gracias por su tiempo.
Feliz Navidad.